Hello, YouTube peeps. So, man, today at work was an odd day, right? So, y'all know I'm a nurse, a registered nurse, and I work in endoscopy right now. It's kind of my arena at this moment. This is my new try at something else. I just like to try different things in the nursing field. So I'm in endoscopy right now, outpatient. We are doing bad as a people. We are doing bad as a people. We have got to do better. We have got to do better. And this is all of us. Not just the men, not just the women, not just the younger folks, even some of the older folks. We are doing bad. Like, we have to get educated in things, particularly our health, our finances, our mental health, our physical health, our spiritual health. A lot of the things with us folks, we hold on and use religion as a crutch. Sometimes it can be I hate to say it, but we use it as a crutch sometimes. We use, the Lord is going to provide a way, and the pastor said this and the pastor said that, and use it as a crutch, as an excuse to not do anything. Listen, God ain't say nothing about sitting on your behind and not educating yourself and doing things. Try to make some moves for yourself, and He'll help along the way. That's what faith is. It's not just, oh Lord, I need this, and you wait with your hands folded across your chest waiting for God to do something. That is not faith. That's just being lazy. I hate to say it. We all got to do better. Back to my day. Patient today. Lady. Beautiful lady in her 60s, coming in for her colonoscopy today. She looked all disheveled. Her daughter is the one who brought her in. The daughter looks disheveled and a mess. So I'm doing my pre-admitting questions. We do our intake, get an IV, and then they go back for their procedure. Anesthesia come grab them, doctor come chat with them, and then they go back. So I'm going through my list of questions in medical history. You get to the cardiac stuff. So she said about 30 years ago, she had a heart attack, she had a stroke. I'm like, okay, it happens. Life happens sometimes. Sometimes it's genetic, sometimes it's diet, whatever thing. Get to the drug question. You have a history of using illicit drugs, street drugs, recreational marijuana, all of these things, right? This lady casually says, oh, I use crack. I thought I heard incorrectly. She said, no. She said, yeah, I use crack. I said, when was the last time you used? 3 days ago. It just broke my heart. You know why? Because I try not to do my best not to judge people. Because we all have stuff that we're dealing with in life. Some people are stronger than others and can navigate through it and do what you need to do to push through. Other people fall into habits and things to help them cope, and this is where they are at 60-something years old, using crack because I'm sure something traumatic has happened in her childhood that you've been using so long, the habit is so hard to kick. Addiction is a real thing. It broke my heart. And I say all this to say, as far as us getting ourselves together and educating ourselves, a lot of times we have been taught to just brush things broom it under the carpet. We've been taught to not process through our nonsense and our hurt and our trauma and just act like it didn't happen. And then we walk around with so much trauma, and then we carry it for decades and decades, and then you pass it on to our children, and they continue to learn that habit, and it keeps getting passed on, and it keeps getting passed on, and we don't learn to deal with things in a healthy way. We don't talk about stuff. There's so many secrets in a lot of these black communities, our communities. It's secrets on things that's transpired. No one talks about anything to teach the next generation. This is why I harp on this stuff. I really harp on this stuff with parenting and dealing with life, because I'm a victim of being taught the wrong way and misled and being exposed to things that you have no business being exposed to as a child. But you know what happened? I was an out of control kid, and it was due to your environment and things, your upbringing, no parenting, no role model. But I turned a corner. I made a change in my 20, I think I was like 22, when I decided this is not what I want. This is not the type of life I want. I want to do something with myself. I don't want to be like a repeat of what I see in my household. Granted, my mom is a hustler. My mom came from Trinidad with nothing, homeless, nothing, and build a $1 million company on a GED. So on that aspect, I've seen success, but I haven't seen nothing else. All I saw was hard work and how to make money. So that I'm very strong in that department of not being lazy and know how to grind. I got that very well from my mom. I didn't get nothing else. I didn't get nothing else about mental health. I got nothing else about self-care. I got nothing else about self-love. I got nothing else about nothing. I learned how to hustle, grind, and make money. That was the takeaway I got as a kid. We have to educate ourselves from a young age to pass it on to the next generation, so we don't keep doing these same things. You don't keep having these broken homes, and people are these addictions, and we got to do better at educating ourselves. Get help. Sometimes you got to get out of your pride and get some help. Nobody can force your hand to get help for you. You have to want to do it. So I say this to say, us brown people, we have got to do better. It's so much things I see, working in healthcare, and it saddens me to see when it's us dealing with all kind of health things that we shouldn't even be dealing with. Something as properly educating yourself on what you're eating, the stuff that you're putting in your diet, because culturally, brown folks, we learned bad eating habits because, of course, with quote unquote the big mamas of the family, the things that they were taught to eat because that's all they had, and now it becomes like a cultural thing of eating bad, and this stuff is killing you. Guys, we got to do better. It's a major health disparity in this country, globally, but you see it a lot in this country. We got to do better. We can't keep continuing this cycle. It has to stop. It has to stop, because it's the next generation has no positive anything, no education to take with them and to be better. We got to do better. So that was just my little medical rant for today. It was just sad. And then within the same breath, I had another patient, Caucasian man, had 10 strokes, 3 heart attacks, heart transplant, and walking around fine. Make that make sense. I don't like to make things a color thing, but sometimes the color thing is very clear on the difference in healthcare. I had a patient who, another black woman, the type of prep that she was ordered, she couldn't get it because the insurance said it was too expensive and they wouldn't pay. That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother can of worms that I'm not gonna go into today with insurance and all this nonsense, how this is the biggest scam ever. You mean to tell me the things people need, you pay all this money into Social Security, Medicaid, taxes, you work for 30, 40, 50 years, and when it's time for you to retire, you get denied on certain procedures that you need because the insurance is not going to cover it. That makes sense to me. But anyway, y'all, we got to do better at taking care of ourselves on a holistic level, not just trying to look cute and hair and makeup and wasting money on surgeries and getting caught up with what you see going on in this world with these celebrities and all this nonsense. Come on, y'all, we got to do better. Don't get caught up in the smoke and mirrors, because that's essentially what's going on. Don't get distracted and pay attention to what's going on. Anyway, till next time.